Hello, my name's David Steinberg. I'm a professor of law at the Thomas Jefferson School of Law. Today we're going to talk a little bit about taking law school exams. First of all, you may ask, what is a law school exam? What's it all about? A law school exam is a fact pattern or story, and your job in reading that fact pattern is to spot the legal issues, state the legal standard clearly and accurately, apply the facts, reach a clear conclusion. That is your job, just that and nothing more. Now, I want to make a couple of points very clear at the beginning of our talk, and if you get these points and nothing else, I think you have learned a lot today. First and most importantly, law school exams are reading comprehension tests. Where you are going to score on a law school exam is in the time you spend reading and thinking about the problem, not in the time you spend writing about the problem. You want to spend a lot of time reading, thinking, outlining, and then, secondly, you want to write selectively. You want to write about issues raised by the problem facts and not talk about issues that are not raised by the problem facts. One of the great myths wandering around law school is that a longer law answer is a better law answer. That's just wrong. If you talk about an issue that's not raised by the problem, that's irrelevant. What you're conveying to the professor is that you don't know the law, and you don't want to convey that. Believe me, keep those answers short, keep them focused. Let's consider a passage from a hypothetical criminal law exam to see a little bit more about what I'm talking about. Brett pushes Victor off of the roof of a 6-story building. Denise, an ethics professor, lives in an apartment on the 4th floor of the building. Denise is polishing a rifle she owns. When Victor falls past Denise's window, Denise has a delusional belief that Victor is Satan. Denise shoots Victor in the chest. Victor dies instantly. What crimes can the state charge Denise with? What defenses can Denise raise? Okay, you're in the exam and you see this. What do you do with it? What you want to do is look for triggers. Triggers are facts that raise a particular legal issue. In particular, you want to look for complicating facts, facts that make the problem more complicated than it needs to be, because frequently those complicating facts trigger legal issues. In this problem, note how complicated it is. Why doesn't Denise just walk up to Victor and shoot him? What is all of this stuff about Victor falling past a window and such? Do you see it? If you do, give yourself a gold star. The professor wants to test you on causation. Is Denise the cause and fact of Victor's death? Is Denise the proximate cause of Victor's death? These issues are raised by the problem, and since they're triggered, you want to talk about them. Let's talk about another trigger in the problem. Did you notice that Denise has a delusional belief that Victor is Satan? I bet you did. What issue does that trigger? You got it. It triggers the insanity defense. But let me ask you about another fact. Did you notice that Denise is an ethics professor? What's that all about? One of the ways of establishing insanity is for the defendant to establish that they are incapable of understanding the difference between right and wrong. If Denise is an ethics professor, presumably she is capable of understanding the difference between right and wrong. She cannot be insane under that part of the test. If you saw that, give yourself 2 gold stars. However, note how slowly and carefully you're going to have to read the exam to see facts like that. It's so easy to gloss over that, and if you see that issue, your score is going to be higher. If you miss it, your grade is going to be lower. Now, what I'm going to recommend to you is that on a 1-hour essay exam, you spend 30 minutes thinking about reading and rereading the exam and outlining your answer. Half your time. How are you going to possibly write this exam? Keep it short and sweet. Be very selective about what you write about. Don't go for the longer answer. In my experience, the shorter, focused answers get the higher grades. The longer answers tend to wander, they get lost on tangents, and they say things that are just flat out wrong. The less you write, the less chance you have of making a mistake. Keep those answers short, focused, and spend your time reading and writing. That's where the payoff is going to be. One final thought. You shouldn't expect to get an A+ on every single exam you write. Law school is for learning, and your job at law school isn't to be first in the class. It isn't to be on law review. It's to graduate and become a lawyer. You will make mistakes. Learn from them. I'm hoping you learned from our talk today. I want to wish you the best of luck on your law exams and the best of luck in everything.